Welcome back to my channel. Well, what you're seeing here is the front output drive flange assembly for the gearbox. This here is where you can see just here with all this crud there, that's the seal, and I've had a leaking seal. Yes, I know, if you look through my my videos you can see that I could have done this job easily with the gearbox out of the motor, but I was in such a hurry to get it in that I didn't do it. So now I paid the price and I've got to do it now. So easy enough to take off. I'll show you how I'll do that. I'll just reassemble it just loosely and then show you the sequence of events. Effectively this sits against the gearbox housing and that sits inside the shaft. So the shaft comes out through here and that sits in there, and the prop shaft obviously then attaches to that, but I'll actually put it together quickly so you can see how it sits. Well, try to get a bit of light there. Okay, that's with the shaft, output shaft sticking out. So obviously there's a gasket that mates on there, but this one goes in through here. Give you a bit of light in a second. Okay, like that, in through there. Obviously there's a gasket in the gap there, and nuts and bolts. And then that one sits, I'll do that again with the light. I can't seem to get the splines in, but you know what I mean, it goes all the way in. And so basically that surface there is what rides on the seal. So I've got to clean this face up, but I'll do that a bit more later. And there's seals in there. This seal here. So again, that's the seal in there that we've got to remove. I'm going to try to tap it from the back out. See if that works. But there's a replacement item. Now to clean this up, making sure the surfaces are all nice and clean to get rid of that residue. And we should be able to now, after that, drift that in slowly. I might actually heat this up a little bit. See if that makes a difference, but I've got to be careful because it's alloy. Pretty clean. This one here, you can see there's a little bit of a mark on the surface even though I've applied wet and dry to it, but it's a lot better than what it was. So I will actually heat this up a little bit. I've also got this bit of tubing which matches the outer diameter quite nicely, so I'll use that to drive it in slowly, in like that. I probably won't be able to show you the process, but effectively once I've heated this up, I'll also put a little bit of sealant on here, which is like an aircraft sealant. Put that in there, and then using this, slightly tap it in all the way till it reaches the other side. Right, so we've got that bearing in. It took quite a while for it to be seated. I actually got it slightly crooked as I was driving it in, and that was just, yeah. So you've got to make sure that as you're driving it in it's completely straight, or else you'll come up with issues like I have. But anyway, it's done. So now I'll make sure that you saturate that lip with gearbox oil, and the same with the receiving end. I'll saturate that as I'm putting it together. So now it's time to put it all back together. So I've bolted that on. You can see there the seal's in there. You can't hardly see because it's in the shade there, but all that's nice in there. Okay, so I've got that in, looking pretty good. got the castellated nut in there. So now the next step is to torque it up to 85 foot-pound. What I've done in the past what I've done to undo it is I've used a couple of bolts in these holes here. This one's here's bent because applying the 80 odd foot-pounds has actually bent that. So I put a couple of bolts in, and then I use a breaker bar to effectively put it in and lock that flange in position while I tighten it up. Right, just covering the process once more. You can see I've got the 2 bolts, one there, not very good lighting unfortunately. So we've got the 2 bolts there and there. We've got a breaker bar that's going to be holding that in position. So there's a breaker bar, and then I've got the torque wrench set. And we have success. Sorry about the focus on the camera, I don't know what's going on there. I seem to just constantly have issues with cameras. So torqued up, and you can see the split pin there. So pretty much that's it. Now I can put the prop shaft back on and then the oil. So I'll leave you the video at that, and as always, thanks for watching.